Hello and welcome to Scholars Hub. As we are discussing the summary of the Great Gatsby, in this video we will talk about Chapter 8. In the beginning of Chapter 8, Nick gets anxious and goes to Gatsby's mansion. He advises Gatsby to leave the island until the scandal of Myrtle's death has quieted down. But Gatsby refuses and says that he cannot save himself and leave Daisy. Now, in this chapter, many things happens in this is beautiful chapter in this novel. In the beginning of this chapter, Nick Carraway gets anxious about the life of Jay Gatsby and he feels security threat to him. So he goes to his mansion and advises Jay Gatsby to leave the island until the Myrtle's death scandal is quieted down, but Gatsby refuses because he truly loves Daisy and he says that he do not want to save himself and leave Daisy behind. So here we can see the love of Gatsby for Daisy, that he is staying even it is security threats to his life. Gatsby tells Nick about his love with Daisy and how they met for the first time. Gatsby tells him that he was poor and unmatched with Daisy's status, so she decided to marry Tom. Gatsby also tells Nick Carraway about his love, that how much he loved and loves Daisy. He says to him that actually he was poor and Daisy was rich when they met earlier. So their status was unmatched. For this reason, Daisy decided to get married to Tom because Tom was rich and Gatsby was poor. Then, in the ashes of Ireland, George Wilson takes refuge with Michaels, who is who is the witness of Myrtle's death. George Wilson finds out Tom and asks him about the death of his wife. Tom tells him that Gatsby was driving the car. Now what happens that in the Valley of Ashes, actually in the Valley of Ashes, George Wilson, who is the husband of Myrtle Wilson, he takes shelter with Michael. Michael is the only witness of this car accident and he knows that Myrtle was hit with Tom's car. Here it actually uh, points back to those billboard which was above the Valley of Ashes, as we have already studied that there were big eyes painted on them. So that board is a kind of symbolizing God, that it was watching the valley from above and watching and judging everything. So here Michael tells George Wilson that Myrtle was hit with Tom's car, and George Wilson finds out Tom and asks him about the death of his wife, that she was hit with your car, so who hit her? Tom tells him that Gatsby was driving the car and he hit Myrtle because he had a grudge with Tom. Now George Wilson, he gets angry. George Wilson goes to Gatsby's mansion and shot him while he is standing with his swimming pool. Wilson shoots Gatsby, then himself. Nick Carraway finds the body of Jay Gatsby. Now what happens that George Wilson gets very much angry because of his wife's death, and he goes to Jay Gatsby's mansion because Tom has told him that actually Jay Gatsby is the killer of his wife. So he goes to Jay Gatsby's mansion. Jay Gatsby is standing near the swimming pool and George Wilson shot him dead there. And after killing him, George Wilson shot himself as well and kills himself. Nick Carraway hears the sound of the bullet and he runs to Gatsby's mansion. When he reaches there, he sees that actually Jay Gatsby and George Wilson are dead. And here the chapter 8 ends. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe Scholars Hub and press the bell icon for more